BuzzFeed is catching some heat for a video that they recently released, including Black individuals asking other Black individuals Black questions. Now, I don't want to give too much away. Let me show it to you, and then you can kind of figure out why some members of the Black community are upset about this. Take a look.
Do you really believe that Black is beautiful?
Or is that just something you say because it sounds cool?
Why do some Black people say that you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl?
When that is said to me, it still makes me feel like the ugliest little Black thing.
Why do some Black men only date white women?
Why is it okay for Black men to date white women, but not okay for a Black woman to date outside her race?
Why do you protest Black Lives Matter
and then tear each other down in the next breath?
Why do we say that we don't want to be seen as a monolith, but then try to take people's Black cards away for not liking something that's supposedly Black?
Why are we so quick to support a non-Black owned business, but then hesitate when it's a Black owned business?
I mean, is there a cutoff time for this whole homophobia thing in the Black community? Because I'm really looking forward to that.
Why is growing up without a father so common in our race?
All right, so there's a lot of accusations in that video, and
I can't wait to hear what Ken has to say.
that was only a snippet of it. It's a little under 3 minutes long, and you guys should watch the full video and kind of get a sense of why people are upset about it. And part of the reason why is because they keep asking questions about things that have been debunked. So the very last thing that was mentioned in the video we showed you was this notion that Black fathers aren't around for their children. You know, there have been studies that have debunked that. There's proof, there's evidence, data behind it.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of it is an unfair accusation to deem Black fathers absentee fathers where other races are considered, better fathers. It's just simply not true. It's a stereotype. Now, I'm going to hand it over to you, Kenny. You handle it.
Well, my father's still in my life, so he didn't go anywhere.
And if there is an absentee father, maybe it's because they were incarcerated because they were targeted more than the white father.
Yep.
Oh my God. I'm speechless. Like, I didn't see the video. I've only read the article, so seeing the video is just like, oh, okay. I love watermelon and grape jelly. Yes, I do. Oh my God. Who thought this was a great idea, first of all? Please, someone at BuzzFeed step up and say, oh, this was my idea.
Yeah.
Was it there is I'm guilty of laughing at it and seeing it. So there is a Black Twitter, there is a Black Instagram in the sense of there's certain hashtags and certain people and comedians and folks that'll post stuff all the time that you guys may not see because you may not follow, said influencer or comedian on these social channels. And that's becoming bigger and bigger especially as different situations and different stories kind of come out into the light in celebrity news or whatever news is going on. I just really want to understand what the goal was by doing this question. Yes, I think Black is beautiful. Yes, Black is amazing. My ex-wife is Black, but my current girlfriend is white. I've kind of gone all around the spectrum. So I don't know. I'm flabbergasted to understand what the whole premise behind this was. Like, what was the goal?
I don't think it was well thought out.
What was the goal, though? I don't understand the goal of it.
They were lazy questions, right? They weren't there wasn't a lot of critical thinking involved. It wasn't questions that would spark dialogue.
Right.
There was so much weight within each question, and then they glossed over it and moved on. It almost perpetuated stereotypes instead of talking about them.
That's so true, yeah, because this wasn't a video that put things into context and led to dialogue. It was just literally a video of them asking questions that had a very stereotypical, thought process behind them. And so whenever I see stories like this, I try to think about it in the context of other ethnicities, maybe other nationalities. It would be like me featured in a video about Armenians, and I'd ask questions like, why are Armenians so hairy though, right? Which is a stupid Armenian stereotype. And it's insanely offensive, and just because an Armenian is asking that question doesn't make it better. Right. It doesn't give me some sort of immunity, right? It still makes me look really bad because I'm perpetuating a stereotype. Yep. I don't know. It's not a good idea, and it seems as though these were stereotypical questions that were posed by members of other races, and they're like, let's get some Black people to ask these questions, so it'll be okay.
Hey, let's call our Black friend. Everybody phone a friend. Phone a Black friend right now. Let's get him in
Get him into the office. Here's the script.
I just really want to know what the goal behind this was. I'm so confused. I don't understand I don't even know what this accomplished.
They thought it was going to go viral for a different reason.
What? Yeah. What did they think?
I think they thought it would spark dialogue, and it was just, again, it was lazy questions, not well thought out.
But it doesn't seem like this is what, like, BuzzFeed is pretty good. They've been, you know, good over however long they've been out. And I even know this. One of their, you know, top execs left Pepsi. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but it's a black man that left Pepsi who's running this BuzzFeed that I know very well. And I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing over there?
How did this get uploaded and passed?
Yeah.
I would understand maybe they shot it and they go, ooh, maybe
Right.
this message isn't ringing true. This isn't what our intent is. Let's shelf it.
Right.
Yeah,
But it still got uploaded.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, sprinkled in that pretty terrible video were some really interesting questions. So I know that within the black community, there's this divide as to what's considered attractive and what isn't. And this whole like notion of light-skinned black people are more attractive than dark-skinned black people, that's like a serious divide within the community.
Oh, no, it is.
That should absolutely be addressed, and we should have a smart dialogue about it, right?
Yeah.
But this is not the way to do it.
No, it's not at all. But light-skinned people are winning. Steph Curry, Drake, they winning right now.
Oh,
That's what
Drake
we
is
say now.
always winning in my book.
You love Drake.
That's
I do
the-
too,
all
but
day.
Anna's all about
and,
Drake.
and see,
Love
that is the black stereotype. You know, me, I'm in the middle. I'm like the mocha caramel. So I'm not, you know, too dark. I'm not too light. I'm right there in the middle. But you know, black is black. Black is beautiful. I think people are beautiful. But I really want to find the person at BuzzFeed that said, hey, this is great. So, you know, Jim, Carrie, Melissa, whoever thought this was great. And we're going to phone a black friend to have them ask the questions that you guys wanted to ask. I really want to know what the point was. I want to follow up on this and say, okay, this was the goal, or we either need an apology from BuzzFeed.
Kenny calling people out.
I like it. I like it. Well, they could make it right by coming out with a part 2 that addresses these questions in a more educated way, in a smarter way. Yeah.
Or let's phone our white friends and ask some, you know, stereotypical white people questions.
Yeah, like why do you guys always like to vacation at the river?
Like why do you guys say like after every other word?
Right, no, it's so random. No, it's just like
I don't understand this.
I feel like every time like my white friends talk about vacationing,
They
it's
go to a
about,
river?
It's about going to the river. Like we're gonna go down to the river or like the lake. Like
Yeah.
don't you get? I mean, like that's a
Lake, maybe.
And why do you guys always want to start fires on the sand and like jump around them and chill around it? I don't understand that either.
Bonfires are awesome.
Yeah, bonfires are good.
The two white people say.